This video here is about the different types of reactions, which is Chapter 8, Section 2. Before we get started, you'll have a chance at the end of this lesson to go back and do this yourself. Before we get started, check this list out here on the left and make a guess. What kind of reaction is the first one? Use these up here to tell you and just make a guess. Press pause really quickly. Okay, so hopefully you've got an idea. First reaction is a combination/synthesis reaction. Second one is a decomposition reaction. Fourth one, a combustion. Third one, a combustion. Fourth one, single displacement. And fifth one, double displacement. We're going to go through each one of these during the video. Take your notes, write down what you know about each one of these so you can get to the point of identifying each reaction as one of these types and also knowing what they mean. Combination reaction, or a synthesis reaction, it's when two or more substances produce a single product. So you have here one substance, another substance come together to make one product. An example here is sodium chloride, be making sodium and chloride. Okay, you see the cartoon here. If that helps you, follow along with that as well. Decomposition reaction is actually the opposite. It's when a single compound breaks up into its parts. This also can be seen with bigger compounds, not just one, or not just a binary, but polyatomics can break up into parts as well. Your combustion reactions, as you're going to see a picture of fire down here, your combustion reaction is when oxygen combines. Okay, when oxygen combines with substance, you get heat. So if you ever see oxygen by itself, you're thinking combustion reaction. Two things to note. Carbon and oxygen will always give you CO2. If you're mixing carbon in that combustion reaction, you'll always get CO2. If you mix carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen, your products are always CO2 and water. So again, if you have a combustion reaction with just oxygen, you'll get fire. If that combustion reaction has carbon, just carbon, CO2 will be one of your products. If you have carbon and hydrogen, your products will be CO2 and H2O. Combustion reactions can also be synthesis reactions like here. This one is a synthesis, the other one is not. Single displacement. A single displacement is when one element comes into a compound and kicks the other one out. As you can see here in the picture, you've got the guy cutting in, and all of a sudden he's dancing while all the other guys kicked out. This can happen in this example here. You've got a cation and an anion, and so the cation will kick the cation out, and so you get a cation, anion still X, and then cation here. Okay. This can also happen with anions. So you can have a situation like this where it's X plus B, Y, and X is an anion, B is a cation, Y is an anion, and you can get, let's get the pen back here for a second. The anion will get kicked out, and you'll get Y plus BX. And that there will be your anion, cation, anion there. So that's also possible for single displacements. For double displacements, you have a double switch. So here's your cation, all right, A and B are cations, and they're going to switch places, almost like a little merry-go-round. Okay? And so what's going to end up happening is A is going to team up with Y, and B is going to team up with X. I guess in this picture, let me erase that kind of merry-go-round. In this one, the anions are going to be switching. It's the same thing. It's the same process. It's just written differently here. Okay? So in this case, you can see you've got your hydroxide here and your chloride as your anion. Okay? Chloride switches with the hydroxide and you end up with calcium chloride and water, which is HOH. So this hydrogen here bonded to that hydroxide there. One big thing when you're making your products, and make sure you write this down, make sure you balance the charges of your products. That's basically it, guys. This is in your thing now. Go back, practice. Okay, you can check earlier on in this video what you got right, but go back and practice. See if you can identify these without going back to your notes. If you can't, check your notes. And then also before next class, I want you to, you have a slide or notes that look like this. I want you to try and answer these 4 questions. The first one, come up with the reactant. It tells you the type of reaction. Come up with what makes that product or what the product is being made. And then for the second 4 questions, okay, write the missing products and then balance the results. Do this on the big paper or on a separate sheet of paper if you have to, but have this attempt done before next class.